Hey guys, my name is Michael Ledoux and this is my first video. Basically I'm going to be reviewing the Barclays Premier League for the 2013-2014 season, and yeah, it's my first video. I'm new to the channel, but may as well just get started. So here we go. The teams I think that are going to get relegated are Crystal Palace, because they've got a somewhat weak squad compared to others in the Premier League. And they also lost their star man, Wilfried Zaha, to Manchester United, and that's a big loss. Zaha, he looked pretty talented in a somewhat bad Manchester United preseason. He's stood out, he looks creative. Sort of like last season, I'm a Chelsea fan, and when I saw, believe it or not, Marco Marin, he looked like him. Marco Marin obviously had a terrible season, just, ignore that. So yeah, I've got Crystal Palace to finish 20th in the Premier League. After that, I believe Stoke, because they're under new management with Mark Hughes, and I'm not a fan of Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes at QPR, this wasn't anything special. He did bad. He spent money. He got them relegated. Oh, he didn't get them relegated. Harry Redknapp did, but he got them in a position without, winless for a very long time. They had a 2-1 win over Fulham, I think, but that might have been with Harry Redknapp. I'm not too sure. So yeah, Stoke, Mark Hughes, they had a bad season. They looked shaky in defence compared to how they normally sound. So 18th I've got Stoke. 17th I've got Hull City. This is tricky because the relegation battle, the teams that went in the relegation battle last season, they really improved. Like Aston Villa, they've signed great players. Okori from Northland, for example, great. Southampton, they've looked really good under Pochettino. They improved after sacking Nigel Adkins, which at first I thought was a controversial decision, but anyway, and most of the teams that were in the relegation battle have signed really good players, like in Norwich as well. Then Wilsinkel, they have this. So just purely when you compare Hull to these other teams that I think will finish mid-season, but it's not strong enough. And yeah, and okay, so that's the relegated. I think Crystal Palace, Stoke City, and Hull City. So mid-table, I'm not going to worry too much about them because they're all shambles, and I'm not going to go from place to place because then the video will just drag on. So I'm going to go for Europe contenders. So with this, I suppose the teams that I think are going to fight for Europa League in the top 7. Okay, so I think Liverpool will be finishing 6th this season, 6th or 5th actually, because Arsenal, I'm not seeing anything. They're not they're not buying any players. They say they've got a big kitty. They haven't bought one player. Well, they got Sanago in a free, but come on, who's he? I mean, you can't rely all the goals on Sanago, and you got Olivier Giroud, who's useless. In my opinion, he's useless. Tottenham, they've signed well. They've bought great players. Eddie Nkapui, Paulinho, and I see Chadley. Is that his name? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And they just look like a quality team. And if Bale stays, who knows? Honestly, who knows? And Roberto Soldado, couldn't forget him. Arsenal haven't signed a player. Liverpool, they're a dark horse because they've bought their players early. They got Mignolet, Colature, Iago Aspas, and Luis Alberto, I think. And even though they might not be the most known players, they've got a whole preseason under them. So right now, I'm even saying Liverpool on par with Arsenal. If Liverpool keeps Suarez and not sell him to Arsenal, which is pretty stupid, Liverpool could make a challenge for the top 4 this season. But right now, I see Liverpool 5th, Arsenal 6th. Controversial maybe because people always say Arsene Wenger gets the job done, but they don't have a competitive squad. They don't. What is it? For the Premier League match they've got coming up this weekend against Villa, they've Sanya's injured. They've got all these injury issues. It is. Honestly, they're in shambles. I don't know. If I was an Arsenal fan, frustrated. So yeah, I've got Tottenham to finish in the top 4 ahead of those other 3 teams. And some of you might be saying Everton, but they've got a new manager, Martinez, and they've just been used to Devin Moyes. And if Fellaini and Baines end up going to United, there's no chance. So the title contenders. Most pundits are saying this. I'm saying Chelsea, Man United, and Man City. They're obviously the 3. And the order. It's a bit hard to predict right now because the transfer window hasn't finished. But I would, because as a Chelsea fan, and I'm going to try and not be biased, I think we're going to win the title. Right now, it's um, between Chelsea and City on squad strength and depth. United haven't bought any players, so that's the reason why I'm not putting them down. Um, Even though they're champions, they've got Van Persie, but the David Moyes he hasn't made a signing, so the fans are a bit nervous. And the Wayne Rooney saga, who can forget that? If Rooney ends up going to Chelsea, there's no chance United win the title, and that basically gives Chelsea the title. So that's a very stupid move from United. I would love to have Rooney at Chelsea, personally, even though he's gotten a lot of stick for the last season. It's like Torres, class as permanent form is temporary. Even though I'm saying that with Torres for 3 years, but Rooney's better than Torres. Chelsea, I think, will win the title because Mourinho's back. And the Mourinho factor can be... We saw how it was in 2004 when he arrived. He just won the league, He just took England by storm. But this title race will be much closer than the 2004-05 season because Man City, they've got a squad. And if I wasn't a Chelsea fan, I'd probably be saying them to win it, because they bought Fernandinho, a bit overpriced they spent, but good player, very good player, worth the money. Actually, not worth the money, but he's worth a lot of money. Just contradicting myself there. Sorry, new to this whole YouTube thing. Jesus Navas, he's quality. Negredo and Steven Jovetic. So they've got a strong squad. But yes, so just to recap, I think Chelsea, City, United so far. The transfer window, obviously, Man United can bring in some players. Chelsea could bring in more. City could even bring in more. So we don't know. And I've currently got Tottenham at 4th. But if Bale leaves, Arsenal buy players, I'd put Arsenal as 4th because they just, for some reason, always tend to finish in the top 4. And yeah, I've gone through the relegated teams. And so that's basically my Barclays Premier League predictions for the 2013-14 season, purely on teams. But if I want to talk about goal scorers, I'm probably going to say Van Persie. Because Van Persie, he's just been on fire the last 2 years. He's had his injury problems, but right now he hasn't had them. So I'm going to put Van Persie down. And I originally would say Suarez, but he's got a 6-match ban for biting Ivanovic. And yeah. So that's basically a wrap-up of my season preview. Sorry if the video's a bit shaky, I'm new to YouTube, I'm just starting this off and seeing how things are going. But if you enjoyed the video, drop it a like, I suppose. I think that's what you're meant to do, just to get more popularity. And if you enjoy my content, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see more. I'll be doing like match reviews, but just a disclaimer, I am a Chelsea fan, so I will be mainly doing the Chelsea matches. But if big news pop up, I'll talk about the big news. And if big games like the Manchester Derby, the Liverpool Man U, Arsenal Liverpool, Arsenal Tottenham, big games, I'll review them. And that's basically it. So yeah, just give me your thoughts, like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, see ya.